Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Jason's arraignment goes wild, angry outbursts bring courtroom chaos. General Hospital GH spoilers reveal that Carly Spencer Laura Wright will get updates on Jason Morgan. Steve Burton turning himself in, so it won't be long until she shows up at the police station and demands to see him. Carly will show off her determined side, but we'll see if she actually scores a visit or not. Jason will already be busy with a tense Sam McCall-Kelly Monaco reunion, so Carly could get turned away. Regardless, Carly will inevitably show up at Jason's arraignment to support him. There's no one in Port Charles more convinced that Jason is innocent, so she'll hate that he's having to deal with an arraignment at all. GH spoilers say there'll definitely be some lost tempers once the court proceedings get underway. We'll see some angry outbursts, so Carly may be behind at least one of them since she's such a fierce defender of Jason. However, Jason certainly doesn't want Carly getting herself locked up for her courtroom antics, so he might give her a look and hope she gets the message to settle down. At some point during the arraignment, Carly and Alexis Davis Nancy Lee Gran will get a shock. Alexis is hoping to be a lawyer again, but she is still working at the Invader in the meantime and will definitely want to cover the biggest case in town right now. As for what will shock Alexis and Carly, that could have something to do with John Cates' Adam Harrington and whatever he'll have to say about Jason in court. If John pushes for the charges to be dropped, that could raise plenty of questions. Jason's mission isn't done, so he's betting that John is going to somehow get him out of this mess sooner rather than later. It honestly seems like Jason's cover would be blown after all this, so it's tough to see how Jason's going to finish the job he started. Whatever the case, things are about to get chaotic in the courtroom, so the judge will have to rein in this wild arraignment and make some decisions about what comes next for Jason. General Hospital spoilers say Jason will await news on his fate, so stick with us for more predictions on how the courtroom mayhem will play out. In the bustling courtroom of Port Charles, tensions crackled in the air like electricity waiting to strike. The gallery was packed, every seat occupied by curious onlookers eager to witness the spectacle unfolding before them. At the center of attention stood Jason Morgan, a figure of both fear and admiration in equal measure, facing the judge for his arraignment. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation as Jason's lawyer, the sharp-witted Diane Miller, prepared to defend her client. But even her seasoned expertise couldn't fully contain the storm that was about to erupt. As the judge began to address the charges against Jason, a sudden commotion erupted from the back of the courtroom. The doors swung open with a dramatic flare, revealing Sonny Corinthos, Jason's longtime friend and ally, storming into the room with a fiery determination burning in his eyes. "Your Honor, I demand to speak on behalf of the defendant." Sonny's voice boomed, cutting through the hushed whispers of the crowd. The judge, taken aback by Sonny's unexpected intrusion, hesitated for a moment before granting him permission to speak. With all eyes on him, Sonny stepped forward, his presence commanding the attention of everyone in the room. "Your Honor, Jason Morgan is innocent," Sonny declared, his voice ringing with conviction. "He's been set up, framed by those who seek to destroy him and everything he stands for." Gasps of shock and murmurs of disbelief rippled through the gallery as Sonny's words hung heavy in the air. But before anyone could respond, another figure emerged from the crowd, equally determined to make their voice heard. It was Carly Corinthos, Sonny's fiercely loyal wife and Jason's closest confidant. With a steely gaze, she marched forward to stand beside her husband, her presence a testament to the unwavering bond between them. "Your Honor, Sonny's right," Carly declared, her voice unwavering despite the intensity of the situation. "Jason is being targeted because of who he is, not because of anything he's done. The tension in the courtroom reached a boiling point as Jason's supporters rallied around him, their voices rising in defiance against the accusations leveled against him. But amidst the chaos, one voice remained eerily silent, that of the prosecutor, a cunning adversary determined to see Jason pay for crimes he didn't commit. With a calculated calmness, the prosecutor rose from their seat, their eyes gleaming with a predatory hunger for victory. "Your Honor, the evidence against Mr. Morgan is overwhelming," they stated matter-of-factly, their words cutting through the fervent protests of Jason's supporters. But just as it seemed like all hope was lost, a sudden revelation rocked the courtroom to its core. A key piece of evidence, one that had been overlooked until now, was brought to light, casting doubt on the validity of the charges against Jason. As the truth began to unravel, the prosecutor's facade of confidence crumbled, their carefully constructed case falling apart before their very eyes. With each passing moment, it became increasingly clear that justice was on the side of the accused, and that the real criminals were the ones who sought to manipulate the law for their own gain. Title: General Hospital Spoilers. Jason's arraignment goes wild, angry outbursts bring courtroom chaos. "We have evidence, Mr. Corinthos," the prosecutor declared, brandishing a stack of documents for emphasis. "Evidence that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Morgan is guilty of the crimes he's been accused of." "Your Honor, I have something to say," Sam declared, her voice trembling with emotion. She approached the bench, her hands clenched into fists at her sides. "I know Jason better than anyone, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that he is not capable of the crimes he's been accused of." The courtroom fell silent, all eyes on Sam as she spoke. Her words hung in the air like a lifeline, offering a glimmer of hope in the darkness that had engulfed them all. The judge regarded Sam with a mixture of sympathy and curiosity, his brow furrowed in thought. He had presided over many cases in his career, but few had stirred up as much passion and controversy as this one. After a moment of deliberation, the judge cleared his throat, his voice grave with solemnity. "In light of the new evidence presented," the judge began, his words resonating through the courtroom like a thunderclap, "I am postponing the arraignment until further notice. This court is adjourned." A collective sigh of relief swept through the room as the tension finally broke. Jason's supporters gathered around him, offering words of encouragement and solidarity. For now, at least, he was safe from the long arm of the law. But as Jason gazed out at the sea of familiar faces, his heart heavy with gratitude, he knew that the battle was far from over. The forces arrayed against him were formidable, their reach extending far beyond the walls of the courtroom. But Jason Morgan was no stranger to adversity. And as long as he had his friends by his side, he knew that he would never back down from the fight for justice, no matter how wild or chaotic it became.